how's it going? I'm Marlene. Thanks for wandering by. So, welcome back to my deck collection and declutter series. This, I believe, is part 9. So, I was inspired by Danny Mystic and Lisa Pepez and all of you out there who are doing deck collection and declutters right now. It seems like that time of year, like spring cleaning sort of thing. So we are almost through all of the places and all of the shelves. We have now finally reached the shelf that houses most of my Oracle decks. And so I'm not sure that I'm going to get through this all in one video. We're probably going to split it into 2, maybe more. We'll see, because I have a lot to say about Oracle decks. And I think it'll be revealed as I go along. But the thing about Oracle, just to start off the bat, and I know you guys are like, show me the decks, but I'll get there, promise. The thing about Oracle decks, I can remember when I first started learning to read tarot, I remember seeing that there were these Oracle decks out there and saying to myself, like, that's not going to be for me because it's not a system. It's, who knows what that is? Like, it just seems like wild and like, I don't know I couldn't wrap my head around it. Like, it's not tarot. So I was like, I don't think those are going to be for me. But as I've, gone along, like, Oracle decks, there have been topics that I've been interested in, and that's why I've reached, out, or why I've purchased Oracle decks. And there has been, I was highly, I mentioned this before, like I was highly influenced by Dawn Michelle, my friend, who, I was a fan of her channel as well, or I am a fan of her channel as well. And she taught me a lot about pairing, like all of us, pairing Oracle with the tarot, and the way that she did it, it opened up a whole new world of readings for me. Dawn Michelle, along with the other folks, I watched how they used Oracle. So I've been experimenting. That's the thing. And like experimenting, and then you accumulate these things that you were experimenting with and didn't necessarily work. I mean, the thing about Oracle decks is that I'm most curious about them because it could be anything. I could use it any way. They can fit a particular purpose, or they can, I don't know, it's like a whole little world of not a system that I know, and I don't know what it's going to reveal. I don't know what's going to be in there, like I don't know how it's going to work for me. I mean, like I obviously like watch walkthroughs and see what the cards are going to look like, but I feel like it's real unknown, and that's exciting. And that also is so I'm more likely to kind of get risky, with the things, with the Oracle decks that I purchased. Whereas with the tarot, I'm kind of now reaching a point where like I kind of know what it is that I think that I like for my tarot to do. I don't know, I say that and then I'll probably like in another video like completely squash what I just said, because that's how I am. Like never, like you guys, I don't think I ever stick with the same, thing. I can't make blanket statements and absolutes. That's just if I do that, then it's guaranteed gonna change. Well, in any case, the thing about the Oracle decks is that, so because of that, it's like this wild world out there. And I was talking to a friend of mine about having Oracle rage. Meanwhile, like she and I were laughing because we have a Oracle rage. Like I buy these oracles and they're so interesting, and then it doesn't work out for me. And yet we're still buying more of them. It's like, I'm like, hey, I ordered a couple oracles. Speaking of Oracle rage, here's a new Oracle deck that I got. Anyway, let's look at the ones that I have, and we'll see, how they fit in my collection, and if they stay, will they stay or will they go now? All right, let's get into it. Okay, here we go. The Earth Magic Oracle cards, Stephen D. Farmer. So I'm pretty sure this is a deck that I really love. It's so funny because like I feel like I lose my memory of how and when I work with Oracle decks. I love the backs of this deck. Yeah, I edged this in a purple to match. This is like, it looks black, but it's a purple. This is kind of like an old school deck, I think, because any decks that have those like big fat like borders are older. See, now, I don't know which tarot decks I pair this with, or if I use this on its own. Rainbow Blessing. So I like the keyword like title, and then a word that we can use. Fairies, earth magic. I prefer like the word breath over earth magic, but I feel a little bit more comfortable with like elementals now. So volatility. Yeah, this is a deck that I will use again. Dreamtime Creation. I can't for the life of me think of what, oh, that's the same as the backs. I can't for the life of me think of what decks I'd like to use this with. Maybe it would go well with my Scorpio Sea Tarot. Like if I can think of a top shelf deck that I would use this with, then that is, let me go grab that, because this is going to be a long one. Sorry, guys. Okay, so the Scorpio Sea Tarot now lives in this beautiful crystal bag that I bought. And it's a top shelf deck, so I knew exactly where to go to get it. So let me just pull some cards and see. Oh, I think, but actually I think this Earth Magic Oracle, let me get my coffee out of the way, will probably go with a ton of stuff. I'm just gonna do side by side instead of the Don Michelle way. Yeah, I think, I think I like that. What do you guys think? Does that work? Yeah, I think I can see using these together. And if I can do that, then I think that's a good reason to keep it. I do really like this deck a lot. It's pretty. I even like that it's, you know, got this big border at the top. This card always kind of throws me off. All right. So I'm pretty sure that the Earth Magic Oracle is going to stay in my collection. I don't know how I want to organize oracles if they're top shelf, but I think I had some oracle decks that already made it to top shelf, like Claire Goodchild's Oracle of Oddities, the Fallen Angel cards, like the other ones that I went through from the other places. So we'll see where these guys end up. But Earth Magic Oracle cards, yes, you're staying. Okay, this is the Celtic Spirit Oracle, this deck. Okay, so here's the thing, and I might be just going backwards from what I literally just said. I can see this deck pairing with lots of other decks, like specifically any kind of Celtic themed deck or the Druid craft, right? First of all, there's a bow. This won't ever lay flat. I don't know if you can see it. It's like teetering like that, like a little seesaw, and it just never lays flat. Anyway, it can go with the Druid Craft, the Wildwood, both decks of which I rarely use. It's this, okay, I think it's this, like, these really earthy, which I just said, the Earth Magic. But I don't know, like, I really like this, and I have used it, but I don't think it's something that I want to continue working with. Like, it's beautiful, although, and it came edged. Like, this is a nice, with these, all these rock pool decks. I love their little boxes too. A lot of these that we're going to be looking at are rock pool decks, before I get to the ones with bigger boxes. So also, deep healing, emotions, pilgrimage. I tend to dislike when the card has more than one, like I'm okay with it having a title and then one word, but when it has several different words, I think it's like, it gets to be like, it's too many things for me. And I know that some folks, like Dawn Michelle, likes to use the 3 words to then create her tarot spread around it. But that doesn't seem to be something that works for me. And it's good that, like, I experimented to see if that would. Heart center. It's funny too, because I just saw Candy Soul and Soil, using this deck and having like a really cool experience with it. I just don't think that this is my vibe, at least not now. And I'm not sure that it will be again. Yeah, I think it's gonna be, I really like this deck though. It's really beautiful. That's the thing that's so difficult about the Oracle decks, is that like I really like enjoy them, and it's cool to kind of learn about something new as well, because I'm not at all well versed in any kind of Celtic mythology. But I don't think it's something that I'm going to continue to work with. Yeah, I think the Celtic Spirit Oracle is going to be put in the rehome box. We'll see if the kiddo wants it, and then we'll move it. We'll see where it ends up from there. Okay, so Celtic Spirit Oracle is gonna go. Okay, the Sacred Destiny Oracle by Denise Lynn. This one's very likely staying. I mean, I can't imagine that I would change my mind looking at it, but let's look. The Sacred Destiny Oracle. Yeah, this is, and it matches with a lot of decks I can think of. The Muse Tarot, the Light Seers Tarot, the Way Home Tarot, like anything that's got those like white, or that really colorful and white borders, it really, you know, works well with. Purity, illumination, flow, yeah. Inner peace. And it has just, you know, one concept or idea here, and that's another reason why I really like it. Yeah, I like this deck a lot. Thriving. Yeah, this is a go-to. Do you want to see it next to the Muse Tarot, which is one of my top shelf decks? Let's take a look. Yeah, so if I can see it next to one of my top shelf tarot decks, like the Muse Tarot, and Light Seers, which is not top shelf, but you know, it's also Chrysan, and it's got this like, it's very colorful. This feels like so summer. Oh, this also I think works really well next to the Mermaid Tarot. But I guess we have our Muse of Emotions here. Simplicity. Oh, that's cool. Hang on. We're upside down now. I like this. Do you guys like this pairing? I guess all the muses want to come out. Oh, interesting. Sorry, I apparently can't ever do anything without it being all crazy upside down. The Hanged Muse. Yeah, it's got a really good vibe. It's got a really, look at this, that's beautiful. Stand Still, Two of Inspiration. Oh my gosh, I love these two decks together. So definitely Sacred Destiny. I think Sacred Destiny Oracle. I'm not sure if there's room for it on the top shelf, but I'm gonna see if it seems like a top shelf deck to me, because I love it a lot. So we're going to be definitely keeping this guy, Sacred Destiny Oracle. Okay, now while we're here, let's look at the other Denise Linn deck that I have. And I've looked at so many of Denise Linn's Oracle decks. There's a bunch out there, and I've like had them in and out of my cart because they're all mass market. And then the two that I landed on and have kept, these the Sacred Traveler Oracle cards. This one, I love its narrative quality. So let's take this one out. And I don't know if this is a deck that needs to have a partner in tarot. Sorry, I'm a little bit far away from the table. I don't know that this is a deck that needs to have a partner in tarot, or if it's something that I like to use for other purposes. So here's the back to that like overarching Oracle conversation. How do you use Oracle? Well, I don't know, a gajillion different ways. It can be paired with tarot. You can use it by itself. It can be part of a ritual. It could be part of magic. It could be part of like an altar setup. It could be like a bedtime message. It could be a morning message. It could be a transitional card that you pull during the day. There's no system here. So what I have used this for most frequently, not that often, but like more often than other ways, is for creative writing. So, and that is, I mean, I guess there was tarot involved in that, but it wasn't like for a tarot reading. So you see, like, this has a lot going on, right? So it's an older deck, so it's got these big borders. I love the purple, but it has, you know, like where you are in your story, traveling lightly, you know, staying focused at the top. And then it gives you the message or the advice, however you want to read it, down at the bottom. So like this is kind of like where you are in your sacred travelers, you know, like as a sacred traveler, where you are. And that's so open to like I'm sure the guidebook, which I haven't read, like literally haven't read the guidebook, explains more, you know, if you want to get into that. But it's pretty straightforward to me that like this is, you know, first light, the dawn, you know, and I definitely think of it as a quest. Begin now, take your first step, crossing. I mean, I could see using this for sure in a tarot reading. I think it's it can be maybe a little bit too specific. And it does tell you what to do, which is not my favorite thing for oracles to do. Expand your horizons. No, you expand your horizons. Remember that when I was looking through oracle decks before? If you have been with me all along, you'll know. But if not, I'm going to leave the playlist for this entire series down below if you want to go visit my first videos on this. So expand your horizons. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing though. Like, I don't mind this. I mean, these are cheesy sayings. Sorry, I'm so sorry, Denise Linn, but you know, I love you and I love your decks and I love this deck, but follow your bliss. I mean, you know, you guys, it's like, what's the thing? Like, as a poet, we try really hard not to write cliches. That's the whole thing, right? You don't want to write cliches, and follow your bliss is a cliche. So it's really cringy for me to read cliches, even though, I mean, they are there for a reason. But in any case, navigating by the stars, follow your bliss. So like, this is the kind of thing though that I can see like expanding to use in creative writing, because this helps you with setting and it helps you with plot. So like if you are, I've done a couple of different, like a handful now. I'd like to do more of tarot and creative writing videos. And Oracle is really, really helpful for creative writing. I would say, ooh, am I gonna say that? Not, maybe a little bit more so than tarot. It's a little bit more versatile than the tarot can be, because, you know, the tarot has its own system and archetypes. But with an oracle deck, there's other things that you can do. So like fellow travelers, supporters all around you. So like like, so even if you just pull a card for creativity, like maybe this is the time to introduce new characters into your story, or I don't know, or something else. But like for me as a poet, it can help with with narrative poetry. Well, I mean, I don't mind writing other things, but I like coming up with, I mostly write poetry, but I like coming up with exercises, writing exercises. It's the teacher in me. So while this deck, I don't think I'm going to, I think I'm going to keep it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep it, but I think it's going to be one of those decks that I use more for creative writing. But I don't think I want to put it on the special purpose shelf, do I? Answering the call, the time, because I can see using this with tarot. I can. Yeah. And it's got that matte cardstock that I like. Okay, so let's stop flipping through this guy. Oh, I edged it in the purple to match. Okay, so this one is definitely staying. That is the Sacred Traveler Oracle cards by Denise Lynn. Okay, here's a deck I'm not so sure about. This is the Earth Wisdom Oracle by Barbara Moore. I didn't realize this was by Barbara Moore. This is definitely a Dawn Michelle made me do it. I know this is one of her favorites. And I think I've never used this deck. I'm pretty sure I have never used it. Or maybe like once. I edged it in green. And I don't know what it is about these like earthy, go with the flow. So maybe it's kind of, maybe it's in competition with the Sacred Travelers. Practical intuition. It's kind of hard for me to see. Understanding. Creativity. It's so pretty. Inspiration. Joy. I don't know, you guys. I think it's like the whole kind of Celtic vibe here that isn't my thing. It's like too earthy. Nurture, clear aura, divine love. Oh, I've definitely used this because I've gotten that card before. Heal thyself. I don't think this is, I'm seeing right now that I think that this is not a deck for me. Grace, communication, healing grief. No, I can't, other than the Druid Craft, I can't think of other decks that I really love that I would, Blessed Sight, Self-Acceptance. I mean, it's a beautiful deck. Heart healing. I'm going to, I think this is responsibility, boundaries. And it's very light on cards. Clarity, rest. I just don't see myself using this. I really don't. So we're going to put this in the rehome. So that is the Earth Wisdom Oracle. Okay, here's the Magical Herb Oracle by Sherilyn Darcy. I already showed you, so I have also the Language of the Flowers, Sherilyn Darcy, and then the Flowers of the Night by Sherilyn Darcy that I think I already showed you the Flowers of the Night, because I'm currently using that. This deck I really love. I edged it in a brown. It also has a bow, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. I love this deck. It's the one key word. They all make sense. If I want to learn about the magical herb, and there's also, I think the guidebook has like a recipe or spell or ritual or something that you can do with the particular plant or herb. So there's that. I've never really done that because that's not really my thing. But I love just the little nod here and this the white behind the flower of what this what the word is all about, you know. And I just like the simplicity of it. I think that works well for me because this is a deck that I use with the tarot. In fact, I like this a lot with one of my favorite decks, the Margaret Peterson. I'll get that and show you. Yeah, I know it's an Oracle deck that I really like when I can immediately think of the tarot deck that I really like to use it with, because this is, you know, a top shelf deck for me. The Margaret Peterson. And top shelf is literal. These are on my top shelf now. So yeah, you can see, like these are really nice together. Attraction, Six of Flames. Yeah, I think it, like, the, you know, the simplicity here and just the, you know, the flower, and then this whole like abstract crazy town going on in Margaret Peterson. Protection, Ace of Cups. Look at that. That's really, really beautiful. It works really well together for me. The Crone and Balance. Clarity, Mother of Feathers. Repair, Two of Feathers. I like that a lot too. Acceptance, Four of Flames. Yeah, this is just a great, great deck. Like flow, progress. These words work for me when it's just one. I think if it's like, and we'll talk about it when I get to some of these other Oracle decks, that it's, this is just what makes my brain work when it's just the one word, and like I move out from there. I don't know, I've shown you guys before, if you've been watching, that I like just to make lists of words. I just do lists of words, and then I mine that, you know, sometimes to write poetry. Anyway, this is the Magical Herb Oracle, definitely staying in my Oracle collection. So yeah, while we were talking about Sherilyn Darcy, this is the Language of the Flowers. You know, I had considered rehoming this deck. I like to use it, but then I used it in a creative writing exercise and decided it was for me. So another deck that does kind of a similar thing, but I guess it's not in competition with the Magical Herb or the Flowers of the Night. So this is versatile. I can probably use it with a bunch of different decks, but it has, you know, it has the flower, it has the name of the flower, and then it has the one keyword, and they're probably redundant. Maybe you guys are seeing them. There might be, you know, understanding, I think, came up before, hope. I think I even did a side-by-side, I don't know if I did it on camera, of this one and the Flowers of the Night to see if they overlapped, if there were the words, you know, if they used the same words, which is fine. They're just open word, you know, like love, creation. These are concepts, right? And ideas and things that I can work with. Can I think of a top shelf deck that I would use this with? I'm not sure that I can. Right off the top of my head. Can I? Rebirth. I don't know, but I feel like it would work with a lot of different things. And I really like it. Thinking. This one I think might like to work with Oracle. So that's Oracle and Oracle, right? So it likes to work with its sister deck, the Flowers of the Night. And that happens too. So like this might be more of a deck that I would pull as like a second Oracle. So there would be tarot and then an Oracle and then a second Oracle maybe for more clarity. That's how I think I would use this. I mean, I've definitely used it for creative writing, and now I can't even remember what the creative writing exercise was that I used it. I love it. I just like flowers. I like this artist too. So, memory. I mean, this one's gonna stay. I know it already. So like balance. These are words that you see kind of used often, right? Peace, inspiration, but protection, longevity, that's not typical. Confidence, dedication. Yeah, I like this. So, I mean, so then that's my logic. I like this. It doesn't have to have a tarot match in order for it to stay. I just know that this is a deck that I've used, like to use, and will continue to use. So that's where's the cover? Language of the Flowers Oracle, Sherilyn Darcy. Oh, you guys, this is a deck I'm not sure about. It's the Divine Muses Oracle. Now, I'm not entirely sure about this. I know this is an out of print deck, so I don't want to be hasty. I also won this deck in a giveaway. So, I mean, like, it came to me, you know, for a reason. And I have used this deck. Oh, look at her, the Muse of Poetry, Emily Dickinson, right up top. This is a fun deck to shuffle. It's that linen cardstock. The problem with this deck is that I've only used it in one capacity, where I've pulled a card for the month and had a Divine Muse for like an overarching energy to work with for an entire month. And that did work, but I want to have more uses. Sky Father, Lattice of the Soul. So like these things don't necessarily mean anything to me right away. Like the Muse of Poetry, yes, and Emily Dickinson, yes. But I'm not sure, like the Muse of Comedy, like that I get. Also, the aesthetic is kind of, I mean, it's in and out of like the things that I like. Sometimes I like this kind of antique, ancestor, old-timey, but I think we're crossing different decades here. Like, I don't know, are we like 1900s? But I'm not sure. And is that Frida Kahlo? Or supposed to be Frida Kahlo? Spirit of Home, Totality, and Infinity. Whoa, that is a lot in one card. That's a big, big thing in one card. Eternal Student, I like that. World Weaver, Kindred Spirits. Oh, there's a baby crying downstairs, I think. Boundaries, we saw that word. See, now it does that, so then it'll have this like boundaries, wild woman. So it's like people, spirits of water. I don't know, group mind. I don't know how I feel about that one. Ancestor, maybe what I need to do, because this really feels like old world and ancestry, true will. That's interesting. This is like a deck, I don't know, that I think I need. It's so pretty though. I think I need to think about this, and maybe I'll put it with the November decks, like the other ancestry decks, and see if that's something that I eventually will want to work with. Because right now it's not calling to me, but I don't want to be hasty because this is a deck that is out of print. So the Divine Muses is gonna go on the special purpose shelf or box with the November decks. And when we get to November, we'll see if we want to use that with some of the other ancestry decks. So that's where that's going to go. Okay, this is the Local Honey Picture Box, an Oracle Deck and Self-Love Toolkit by Emily Wilcox. This deck was sent to me for review, and I used it a little, but I haven't really used it that much. I remember liking it. I remember thinking that it had some really cool ideas. Oof, it's got a bow in it now. Airing your trauma versus healing your trauma. See, okay, these are the decks that I struggle with. Like this is one that like I was more into like the things that it was saying. Because I really like the artists and creators like vision. But like it's something different. Like this is not something that I can use with tarot. I think I tried. I'm not sure if it's something I can use with tarot. inverse golden rule, reality check. Like the concepts are kind of all over the place. License to create, the Trinity. It's like a progressive thing, because, you know, if you read the guidebook and like what she, the creator, went through to make this, to paint, like all of these are paintings of hers, and then it was like kind of going through her process. That's a really cool card. I don't know, but I don't think that, like, love your demons, how much do you trust? Like, this is really cool for, like, self-worth work. Make room for opposites, mind your ratio. I don't know. It's really cool, but I think it might need to go be your own sweetie. I struggle with these. I need something that's like more abstract, not so specific. And some of them are a little bit too specific. And I don't know that I can ignore the keywords. I think what we're seeing here more and more with me is that I like things that are abstract, that allow me to go where I want to go with them. The welcome lounge, I like that. Like, that's more of abstract to me. But then, like, discomfort of growth versus discomfort of harm. It feels really, like, this feels like extremely psychological and very, like, real world applications. And while I do think I like that in some cases, in others I don't. Like, maybe sometimes I'm looking more like for something more like spiritual than like reality based for my oracle decks. But anyway, this one I think is gonna go with, because it's an indie deck, I think it's gonna go with those for now, and see. I'm not like, I'm still thinking about how, you know, like trading or selling, like the indie decks. So that's where it's gonna go for now. The local honey picture box. Okay, now we have the Moonology Oracle cards. Is this the first Oracle deck I ever bought? This might be the first Oracle deck I ever got. And for that reason, now it makes me not want to part with it. But, like, I never read with this. At least not anymore. I used to do, like, a moon practice. Like, look at this. Let the moon be your guide. Oh, my gosh. And this creator has, so Yasmin Bolin has, like, several decks now. Like, the Moonology, Manifestation, and a bunch of others. I edged mine in purple. Isn't that cute? A new start is coming. Like, so here's the thing that I struggle with moon decks, or, well, astrology decks. Not necessarily all. I just ordered an astrology deck, you guys. True confessions. As, like, I was saying, like, oracle decks, you know, have this, like, crazy, like, pull over me. I think, like, I just want to try it, you know? Like, they just feel so experimental. And so, like, we're trying this thing out. Let's see how this thing works. But the thing that happens with, like, moon phases is that it's, it has like full moon, surrender to the divine. But like, if I pull this card and we're not in a full moon, like, it trips me up. It just does. Like, I know that some people can look past that. What did Andy tell me? Andy said that when she does, she thinks that that's the energy that needs to be, right? Rather than the energy that is, or that you should pay closer attention when you do come around to the waning moon, or whatever it may be, the third quarter moon. Adjustments are required, a time for healing. So wait, these are all the moons, and I must have it separated, because then it has all the zodiac signs. So new moon, yeah, north node. These are all, now here we go. This is in order, because I think I was looking at these to see if, now that I have like a better understanding of the zodiac signs, if they were they made more sense to me. Full moon, a fiery climax approaches. Your dreams need a practical plan for Taurus. Now, these are all the full moons. The answers you need are coming. Oh, now I feel like I want to keep this. But I don't know when I'm going to use it. Don't let your pride get in the way. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. You know, I do think I want to keep this for different reasons. Like, even if I never use it again, maybe I just want to keep it because this is the first Oracle deck I ever bought. I think it is the first one. Now, here's the new moon. Yeah, I like you. I like you. What's wrong with me? I like it, you guys. I like it. We're going to keep Moonology. And I don't think I want, like, I never got any of her other decks. And this is like the OG. And I think it's going to become like a classic, maybe. And I want to keep it. So the Moonology Oracle cards, yeah, we're keeping it. Okay. So the Mary Magdalene Oracle by Megan Watterson. So if you watched before, or if you've watched me in the last few months, then you'll know that the Mystique of Magdalene Oracle is like my favorite go-to Oracle deck to work with the Magdalene. And so this deck, I did read Megan Watterson's book, and it's really cool. And I have used this deck. I edged it in this like antique-y kind of color to match the vibe. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't think golden light healing comes from within. Silence. I don't know that I really feel the Mary Magdalene in here like I do with the other one. Here she is. Mary Magdalene, love only ever expands. Ugh. I'm not sure. The egg, everything comes from within. I don't know, you guys. I think that I'm inherently good. Am I, though? I don't know. Some of these I'm not so sure about. I am beloved, true love, all exists through love. I mean, it's really, I don't know. The cave of eggs, we exist in and with each other, witness. I really do have to use the guidebook for this. I am worthy of love. I don't think so, though. I think I'm going to have to move this one on. I think this is not... I think this isn't the one for me. Because Mary Magdalene, for me, is more bodily. I don't know. I don't know. I think I will. I love the powers, though, like the 7 powers that are in here. The cards that goes, you know, from the first power to the 7th power. Oh, angels. Oh, I like that. But I think that this is not the Mary Magdalene Oracle for me. I think the other one is. And this one I just won't use because I'm going to always grab that other Oracle deck. So this is going to be rehomed. The Mary Magdalene Oracle. Okay, this is the Gentle Creatures Wisdom deck. I love this deck so much. And I've used it with tarot. I've used it on its own. I kind of almost want to get the other oracle that has the artwork by Dan May. It's these creatures that are really just like so amazing. But this is the one I chose. I love the backs with the fur, and then I edged mine in brown. Like the other one is more phrases that you find, whereas this has just one word, which is more my thing. Actually, I think maybe that's why I still don't go after getting the other one. Friendship, connections, listen. Now this is a deck that I can use with tarot, but I've also used it on its own. I've written a poem. This is a very, very healing deck. Very much so. Oh, I could see using this with the stolen child, with any of the fairy decks, really. It would work with any fairy deck. Support, heal, family. This makes me want to cry, but it's so good. It's like, you know, where the wild things are meets the Velveteen Rabbit, meets fairies, meets like all the childhood stuff. This card, this was at the center of a reading that I did, and I wrote a poem from the middle. If that makes sense, from the middle and out, because of this card. Kindred spirits, like, yeah, this is the thing about Oracle, like, you never know, you know, what you'll find based on the artwork or what, you know, what the topic or the theme is going to be and what it'll do for you. And this deck, like, certainly, you know, and it has landscape artwork too, which is fine. Look, road trip. But I like that, even though that kind of is different than some of the other keywords in here, like groove, uprooted. Oh, that one came up for me a lot too when I was moving. Surprise, surprise. Wonder, harvest. Yeah, this is such a good deck. So I feel like, and it's kind of earthy too, right? Even though we have these like kind of, you know, gentle creatures, they feel very earthbound. Then if I do have those like earthy tarot decks that I want to use this with, like, I think I used it with the wooden tarot. This would work really well. Yeah, so this is definitely staying. It's a really good deck. The Gentle Creatures Wisdom deck is safe, staying, and definitely going to be, you know, on the working deck shelves. All right, let's talk about the Citadel Oracle. I've had a struggle with archetype decks, and this one seems to be the right one. This, I need to get rid of this box though and put it in a bag. This needs a bag. So one day we'll get it a bag. We'll get rid of this whole box craziness situation. It's just a really unique deck. Like, here are the backs. I should edge mine. But it's like aesthetically really beautiful. Also, it matches like this aesthetic you can put next to so many different types of decks. And it has an archetype on it, but it also has a couple of keywords, which is maybe sometimes too much for me, but I've been okay with it. I usually kind of home in on one particular word when I have used it, and I haven't really pulled a lot of these because it's more like a one card kind of deal. Look, the poet. How can I not? Well, I didn't keep another, the Kim Krantz archetypes deck that had the poet in it. I didn't keep that one. But I think it's because this can be more versatile because it has these other words underneath it. And this also is any archetype deck is great for creative writing. You know, like there's just characters built in here. And the Citadel is really about this like particular place. So it kind of takes you there. And while my like medieval vibes are not necessarily my thing in terms of artwork, they are more in like fantasy, you know, stories and stuff like that. I can dig that more. The Hound. Oof. This is cool. So yeah, I just need to get this one in a bag. And it's definitely going to be staying. Look at that. The Priest. Yeah, this is a good one. So the Citadel Oracle is going to stay probably, because I probably won't, let me say this. Let me say this cautiously. Because of this deck, I probably won't get another archetype deck in the future. Let's see if that continues. Okay, the Citadel Oracle. Okay, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do about these decks because I really appreciate them, but I'm not sure that I will work with them. And I want to. See, now this is the type of thing that it's like I really, really want to work with these, but I just never seem to feel called to work with them. And I've tried and it feels forced. So these are 2 decks by Nari Anastasia, and these are the, like, I think they're reprinted. They used to be called something else, the Cosmic Oracle and the Avatar Oracle. I think these are the ones that are currently available. I think maybe they were like Blue Messiah and something else. So these are like real woo, new agey kind of things, but they feel like less, I don't know, like they feel a little bit more, this is my favorite thing to do. They feel a little bit easier for me to grasp a hold of. So let's look at them and see if this is something that I will keep or move on or put in the timeout. I'm already feeling like these might end up being timeout, but I'm not sure. Because they, like, I have these, you know, my other kind of like cosmic-y kind of decks that I think I might want to pair them with. And I really like the art, but they have, you know, planetary shifts. Okay, I guess I can work with that idea. The visionary, so that can mean lots of different things. Meditation, okay, so this one's okay. False god, okay. Life purpose, that's a lot for one card. Heart compass, I don't know about that. See, these are the kinds of things that, like, I would read the guidebook, you know, about. So like evolution, blue star, this has like a specific meaning in this deck. Nature's wisdom, that I can work with. Tree of life, yes. Authenticity, yes. These are the types of keywords that I prefer, right? Rainbow body, I don't know what that means. Soul vessel, I don't know. Energetic shield. Soul tribe, okay. Golden treasures. Energy exchange. See, these are the things I prefer. Trust. Sacred union. Perfectionism. Vibration. I don't know about how I feel about that. Sound healing. Seems like too specific for me. Conscious words, that I could work with. Creative spark, could work with. Self-love, yes. Soul travel, I don't know. Willpower, yes. Inner vision. Blue flame, that's like its own thing. Magnetism. Faith. Life force. Star seed. Blue Messiah, inner alchemy. So these are like, you know, the star seed vibes. God, these are so pretty though. I just don't know. I just don't know, because like I could probably do that again and pull out more cards that I'm unsure about. I don't know. Maybe I like the other one better. Oops, what did I do here? These are, you guys watched me be a weirdo. Okay. I don't know. I think maybe this, I'm leaning towards putting this in timeout to see if it's something that I might want to use in the future. I don't know. Let's look at the other one. So Cosmic Oracle, Nari, I already said her name or their name all wrong, I'm sure. Okay, so I haven't edged these, so that that definitely tells you something. Oh, I haven't needed to edge these. I'm so silly. They have gilding. Duh. Okay. Here are the backs of these. Okay, you guys laughing at me yet? Unconditional love. See, now this is, I like better. Integrity. Golden crown. Emotions. Walk your truth. I don't really like that. Awaken, I do like. But this is a different card stock than the other. New chapter. Strength. Choices. Mother Earth. Move forward. Transformation. I love this card. Free spirit. Cosmic connection. Worlds within worlds. I like that idea. Hope. Sacred journey. Compassion. Be still. Limitless. Be fearless. I don't love that. Limitless, I like. Mirrored souls. It gives me Gemini vibes. Let go. Shadow self. Believe. Surrender. Self-worth. Okay. Time out. Shine. I like this one better. Celebration. Communication. Intuition. This is I can work with. Gratitude. Balance. Celestial teacher, not so sure about. But the pile is... Oh, that's my coffee. The pile is low. Maybe I need to combine these into a mega deck. Is that what Dawn did? I think Dawn is the one who has these decks, and she put them together. I think maybe that's what I'll do, because there's a lot from here that I like and a lot from here that I don't like. So if I put these in here and then get a bag for them, then I will use them. Let's put them on the timeout shelf for now, and then, you know, mark them as like decks that need need some sort of mod or project. Because I don't want to let them go yet, but I'm not sure that they're in the incarnation that they need to be for how I want to use them. Because I can see using them with a lot of my more like airy, cosmic-y, type of decks and like practices. So, okay, so that's the Avatar Oracle and the Cosmic Oracle. All right, and here we have the Soul Trees Ascension deck. I like this deck a lot. I don't use it as much as I want to be using it. It's got a lot of cards. And essentially, these are just these like, lovely trees with a keyword. So this is the type of oracle deck that I tend to gravitate towards. Some of these I don't love as much, like Be Receptive, Holding Back though. Like I like these. This is what I used to do a year ahead reading for Dawn. Unity, Empathy and Compassion. Like, yeah, this is a good deck. And I can see using it with a bunch of different oracles, tarots. In fact, it would probably work really well with the Star Seeker Tarot. Do you want to see that? Let's do that. Let's go get the Star Seeker Tarot real quick. Actually, I forgot that the deck that I used to do the year ahead reading for my friend is the Dream Vision Tarot. And this is a top shelf deck for me, tarot deck for me as well. So then these are just, kind of made to be together, really. And I'll see how it looks with the Star Seeker, but this is the pair. So you can see, like, right? These are the ones that are meant to be together. I don't know if I've shown you this combo before, but it's really, really good. Just really, really good. Is this upside down now? Oh, for Pete's sake. Oh, look at that. Ah, gosh. Okay. Inner growth, the world. Prosper with the Chariot. Well, oh my God, look at that. Oh no, I thought it said well-being. Willingness with the Three of Swords. Do you want to see it with the Star Seeker? Yeah, I'll show you that too real quick. Okay, so here's the Star Seeker. You know what? Maybe not, because this has this like cream colored borders, which don't really seem so cream colored until you put it next to something that has white in it. Yeah, maybe they don't. Well-being, Two of Cups. Maybe not so much. Instinct, Five of Cups. Connection, Knight of Wands. They kind of do. Wait patiently and trust, the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, this is, it's too stark of a contrast with the, like, you can see how cream colored this is. If you didn't, I didn't really realize that before until you put it next to white. Anyway, though, the Soul Trees Ascension deck is definitely staying. This is a very versatile deck that can be used, you know, like with lots of different with lots of different things. It's a deck I think that's made to work with tarot in my mind, for me anyway. Okay, so it's staying. Okay, I can get through these pretty quickly because these are the seasons of the witch oracles. My one of, I mean, they're not my, maybe they're not my favorite, maybe they are my favorite, I don't know. I really love this whole series, and I love the first ones. I've loved each one as they've come out. I do tend to like some more than others. I've definitely used Samhain and Yule more than the others, but that's because they were out first. And even though I live in a place where it's not like we have two seasons, hot and then really hot, summer and then kind of like not summer. Really, that's how it is where I live here in Florida. But I love everything to do with these decks. I've not played with Mabon and Imbolc as much, and I just got Litha. But I've already been working with it. If you followed me on Instagram, you've seen. I'm going to be talking about the Litha deck more in my monthly wrap up, so stay tuned for that one. Imbolc, yeah, it's beautiful. I used it a little bit. Like, I think this is probably the one that I feel not as close to because it's wintry, but not tied to like a particular holiday like Yule is. Wintry, but tied to, you know, like Christmas Yule. So I've tended to use this. This is like the Christmas deck. It just is. And this is, you know, this deck I've used October and November. But and this one now I used in October, November as well. But like, yeah, these two have gotten the most action, the most use, I should say. And then, but Imbolc I haven't used as much, and Mabon, I've really enjoyed it. I won't take it out because you guys have seen these. Imbolc, yeah, that one's a little bit further removed because I would probably only ever use this in January. Like, there's like a 2-week period that feels like this time. Although I mean, like, the thing is that these decks are not just, I mean, they're tied to their season, but I think that they expand beyond it too. So I can see using them other places, and in other ways. And then the Seasons of the Witch, the Beltane, is probably, I mean, you know, and that's funny because Beltane falls around this time period, my birthday, but I have been really enjoying the Litha Oracle. This feels just more like, you know, summer, all of summer, like all of spring and summer feel like this, the Litha. Anyway, I love all of these decks. I'm a big fan. I can't wait to get the last two, because where are we at now? Yeah, we have 6. So let me put them, it goes Imbolc, we're missing Ostara, so then Beltane, Litha, we're missing Lammas, then Mabon, then Samhain, then Yule. I think that's the order of the wheel. Oops. Yeah, this is not the order of the release, but the order, what's going on here? Oh, it should be like this. That's the Tetris little puzzle. Yeah, so these are like, I mean, also the one of the creators is Cuban, and so that just like makes my heart so happy to have like such a popular series by a Cuban creator. Like, oh, I'm so like, my people, yay. I love it. It makes me really happy. So yeah, so the Seasons of the Witch, these are like very rock solid decks staying in my collection. All right, that's where we're gonna stop today. I have some more Oracle decks that we'll be taking out. And then once we get through the last of the Oracle decks, then I'm gonna like revisit the decks that are in the to be rehomed, and I'll let you know what my plans are going forward. I don't have it figured out yet. I really don't. And when I do, I will try to share it with you as much as I can. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me. If you've been with me through this entire video and also through this whole series, I really appreciate it. And I hope that you all have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye.